From the dalil, ikhwani, another dalil that is from the Qur'an but is out of context is the ayat in the Qur'an, Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala al-nabi ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. They say that this ayat of the Qur'an, when you do the Mawlid An-Nabawi, when we do the Mawlid, people come together and we're going to make dhikr and we're going to say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and it's going to cause us to be connected to the Nabi. So because the Mawlid An-Nabawi, the celebration, makes us say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam more, then this is the dalil why we should do it. Again, the question that presents itself is, where's the intellect of the people? Prophet Muhammad didn't know that ayah. The companions didn't know that ayah. As a matter of fact, ikhwani, pay attention. The companions came and said, Ya Rasulullah, we know how to say as-salams on you when this ayah was revealed. Give salawat and give salam on him. They say, we know how to say salam. We say salamu alaykum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, Ya Rasulullah. That's how you give salams. We know how to give salams, but how do we do the salawat? Kayfa nusalli? How do we give the salawat upon you? The Prophet didn't tell them, do the Mawlid An-Nabawi. He answered them. When you want to give the salawat upon me, say, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad, kama sallayta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim, innaka hamidun majid. So he taught them the meaning of the ayat that we say when we hear his name, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The ayat does not sanction people being able to do the Mawlid An-Nabawi. In addition to that, ikhwani, in addition to that, our intellect. Why do we buy into what these kuffar put over us when they put the wool over our eyes just to make money? Why do we buy into it? Father's Day and Mother's Day. Why do we buy into that? The person who waits for one day, the 12th of Rabi'ul Awwal, he waits for that day to say sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he is having jafa with the Nabi. That's not giving Rasulullah his haqq. He doesn't know the qadr, the real position of the Nabi. Just like the one who waits for Mother's Day to give his mother a card. In the deen of Allah, every single day you have to honor, respect, and pay tribute to your mother and your father. Every day. Not just on the birthday or this day or that day. Every day. And the Nabi of al-Islam is even more than that. He's more than that. And lastly, concerning this particular point, ikhwani, we're from amongst the companions that someone take this ayat and give it that interpretation. And they, more than anyone, their intellect was stronger, their iman was stronger, as I mentioned to you, their commitment, ready to castrate themselves, and you think that they will hold back 1 minute of doing the Mawlid of the Prophet, this ihtifal. It's not even conceivable. To think that is possible shows something is wrong with me as a person. To think that I can do something today that's worship, that the companions didn't do, I could come up with it today and do it, and I can't reference it back to the companions. If I think that's okay, something is wrong with me. And I tell you, something is wrong with this ummah, because we believe that this is okay. We don't even see the connection, that it is not permissible, ummah til Islam, to do a form of worship today that those companions weren't doing on that day. It's not permissible to even believe it's possible. But many people, they believe it's possible. And they see what I'm saying as being disconnected and disjointed. That's the condition of our ummah. And that's why we have the confusion that we have across the globe. Change the president in Egypt all you want to. It's not about the president. It's not about the president. You can change the president all you want to. But as long as Egypt, the big city that it is, the non-Muslims know, if you get those Muslim Arabs of Egypt, you knock Egypt off of the map. Make Egypt a backwards place, a place of kufr and shirk. You make Egypt a place of bid'ah for the Muslims, then you have effectively engaged the Arabs in making the Muslims backwards. That place is strategic. In al-Islam, go to Egypt. I don't think, and I'm not against my brothers from Egypt, and Imam al-Shafi went to Egypt, and Imam Abdullah bin Wahab was in Egypt, and Imam al-Humaydi was in Egypt. I'm not against Egypt. Layth ibn Sa'd, those people were in Egypt, ulama. But go to Egypt and look at the Mawlid An-Nabawi. Go to Egypt and look at the graves, and look at the shirk, and look at the bid'ah, and look at the oldest institution of higher learning in Islam and outside of Islam, Al-Azhar. Go to Al-Azhar and see what the people are learning as the Aqidah of Al-Islam. And that doesn't reflect negatively on the people of the Sunnah in Egypt. That doesn't reflect negatively upon the ulama of Egypt and the awliya of Egypt, from the men and the women. But the country itself, the Mawlid of the Prophet ﷺ is directly connected to what's going on in the Muslim world, all over the place. Because we don't see, as a nation, It's not permissible for us to worship Allah with what the companions didn't worship him with. As Imam Malik said, what was not the religion during their time cannot be the religion now.